Hola Tomodachi，欢迎光临 Il mio canale Nikki and Flights。I'm so excited! This is finally number 2 in my language vlog series for my Chinese 3-month journey. So today I'm going to give a bit of a progress update. I'm going to be speaking in Chinese a little bit. I will make sure to have proper subtitles this time. Last time was a little bit of a confusion for myself, just me and myself and I. So I was going back and forth in my mind, like, should I use YouTube captions to make the captions, or should I make the captions directly burn them into the video in DaVinci? And oh my God, I'm sorry. I just, the waffling ended up like leaving me on the fence the whole time until I didn't do anything. So what I ended up doing, I think I put the Chinese subtitles in, but only in the Chinese section. So you won't even know it's there unless you were on the Chinese by accident. I don't know. It's a terrible situation right now. And the only other thing I have to do is I'd have to redo all the captions because YouTube messed up my captions for some reason. I can't copy and work with the captions that are there. It's the timings aren't copied for some reason, and I was just like, that's so much So I'm figuring it out. I'll try to do something to it eventually, like I'll make some captions for it eventually, but for now it's a mess. So let's jump right into it. Let me give a progress update. I'm gonna do it in Chinese. 上个月我学习中文的时候，我觉得还可以。第一，我做了4堂课在 iTalki 上，这个对我很好，我很开心，我能做4堂课。真的是第1个星期我没有做一堂课，但是第4个星期我做2堂课，所以我可以有4堂课。上个月我试试2个或者3个不同的老师，他们都好，但是我最喜欢的就是我本地的嘛 ，original teacher， 我觉得是本地的老师。第2个东西是我加35新的词语，不是词语，是短语和句子，加他们到我的 Anki 上。我觉得35不是很多，我每个星期想学习10新的句子和词语在句子里面，但是35差不多是40，所以不是不好，我觉得我得是很开心很满意，所以没问题。我知道对别人来说35不是很好，不是很多，因为如果你想提高你的水平，你应该学习很多很多词语。但是对我来说，我觉得如果我有太多的新的词语在我的 Anki 上，我要觉得很 overwhelmed， 因为我每天想完成我的 Anki 系列，所以如果我有太多的，我不可以完成，所以我不想加太多，每个星期太多。第3个东西是我再找到Pimsleur 和 Chinese Pod。Pimsleur 我用 Pimsleur 很多次，但是我忘记试试 Pimsleur，用 Pimsleur 在我的中文呢，所以我再开始跟 Pimsleur， 我在 Pimsleur 的5个学评，对我来说 Pimsleur 一点简单，有点的复杂的词语，所以我用和我觉得让我觉得很开心，让我觉得很怎么说？I can't even think the English. Why does this happen sometimes? This happens so much. Like I'm trying to figure out like what is the word. I'm like, okay, let me check in English what I'm trying to say, and nothing comes to my head. Like, do I English though? Oh my gosh. I even lost my train of thought now because I'm so upset. Okay, I'm not that. I'm annoyed. Okay. Anyways, 另一个东西我再找到是 Chinese Pod， 我很喜欢 Chinese Pod， 我觉得 Chinese Pod 很有意思，也有很多的词语，很常见的词语， 所以我觉得是一个很好的 resource。我不知道为什么我忘记 Chinese Pod， 我觉得是因为我开始学习跟Chinese Pod 的时候是很远的很远吗？很久以前，很远的很长的时间，a long time ago 可是那个时间跟Ken Carol 和 Jenny 在一起，现在 Ken 没有不再跟他们在一起，所以我好像他I miss him 和我好像他们的在一起的 chemistry， 但是我在听 Chinese Pod 的时候，我觉得我很喜欢他们，我很喜欢他的名字是底路或者是底路 Jenny 还在有些的Fiona 和 Gwilym 我喜欢他们John 我喜欢 John， 我觉得有另一个我觉得是 James 或者什么的我不知道但是他们不错，我很喜欢 Chinese Pod， 所以我最近听很多的 Chinese Pod， 很多的 Pimsleur， 我觉得这个要给我的听力一点点的提高，所以那是那个3个东西我做完了这个上个月另一个东西发生是你们知道我在一个牙医我最近学习这个词语怎么说呢，是牙科诊所，你们知道我在一个牙科诊所工作，我最近接受一个礼物，一个病人给我一个很可爱的礼物，他和我聊的很多，我告诉他我能说中文，他的英文不太好，所以我们一起说中文，和他很 impressed， 跟我 impressed，所以他回来的时候，他给我一个礼物，我给你看，噔噔，是一个古诗的书，叫我试试读呢，我忘了是绣像唐诗吗？有些的在唐的朝代的诗，古诗是这样的我的 camera 是 mirror， 对不起，我要 mirror back for you 但是词语或者你得读从右到左 right to left， 有好漂亮的图我很喜欢，我很开心很兴奋开始学习这些的古诗。如果你看到我下的视频，你知道我有一个目标是学习一个古诗，学习一个诗，但是我想是一个古诗，所以我很开心，我想找到一个一点点长的，所以可能这个我不知道说什么第一个说这个叫风，给你看，和这个是图，好漂亮哦。对，我很开心接受这个礼物。这个女人我写她给一个谢谢信，我不知道怎么叫这个，我 Thank you 是一个感谢信，我写她一个感谢信，但是他还没有回来，所以我还没有给他。但是这个是我提高的更新。So that's basically my progress doing the Chinese. This is actually my second time recording this vlog part 2. The first time I was sick and I hated how I sounded when I rewatched it. I sounded so nasal and congested. I was like, this is gross. And I just didn't like the video, so I'm making it over. However, I won't redo the listening test because I did the listening test again. I forgot in the first vlog I was supposed to do the listening test in the vlog and like give my listening grade. That was my plan. I never said it in the video, but I actually did it like that evening and I had my grade and everything. Just to tell you, it was an 18%. So this is how I did it. I basically watched a Mandarin Corner interview video because they number their sentences. Each new phrase that's put on the screen is numbered because they have I think they have resources you can download to be able to follow along and get translations or whatever. So I was able to count the number of sentences I understood. So first I listened through and just basically tried to understand what I could for 5 minutes of the video. And then I went back and counted how many of them I got right, and then took the total, divided the amount I got right by the total, and got a percentage. I got 18% the first time. It was terrible. And then this is my second attempt. I'll just put a little thing in the corner here, and it was worse. Let's just say that it was 15%. I think I got the second time. It's not good. But this is not the most I guess reliable test because like I think I said in the first video, people will speak. They don't speak in a straight line. They might be using very simple vocabulary the first 5 minutes they're talking to each other, and then later on they're talking about specifically Chinese types of vocabulary that are culturally important but not understandable outside of a Chinese context. Their vocabulary basically gets a little more complicated and a little harder to follow if your level is not that great. So anything like that could have happened. I didn't really investigate the video I did. I just wanted to get a general idea. But I guess I could basically, if I were to do some stats on it, it might work out to just being a lateral move, maybe no improvement at all. And it's a little disappointing. I was hoping for at least a slight improvement. But that being said, I didn't learn that many new words or phrases. I didn't really focus on my grammar as strongly as I would have liked. So it's what is to be expected, I guess. Speaking of being a Debbie Downer on my progress, I wanted to reflect on my experience that this last month. Just right off the bat, I definitely don't feel like I put in my best effort that month, in the month of December. I feel like I didn't study for most of the week. I maybe studied 1 or 2 days out of the week. I did do a lot of listening for sure because I commute to work every day, so there's no way of getting out of that. I'm not gonna sit in the car in silence. So I'm usually listening to something. But I feel like I'm not putting in any active practice, and I think active practice is really what pushes you forward. Most of the listening is very passive. I'm not writing down anything I'm learning. I'm not taking any notes of anything I want to look up later. I've tried actually doing that with Chinese. It's really hard because Google only takes English voice notes. And I need to find something that can just I can say make a note, but make an audio recording note. I haven't figured that out yet. I just haven't had time to look it up. But I'm not able to capture thoughts of oh, that's really interesting. I want to look into that more, that structure. For example, I learned this week, I can give an example. I learned other ways of comparing. So I know 比 and I know 比较, and then I learned a more advanced one, 比起来. And I thought that was very interesting. So I just randomly remembered it just now. I was like, yeah, I wanted to look into that and I completely forgot. So I have to figure that out, number one. But aside from my disappointment in my actual performance, I think I was very happy that I got classes in. I definitely went to my classes, but my classes, like I said, my favorite teacher was definitely my old teacher, my original teacher. The new teachers, they were super sweet people, super nice, super chatty. But I decided to go back to my original teacher because I just like her more. Maybe more chemistry, or I'm just used to her. I don't know what it is. Something else that I want to do better going forward is measuring the number of words that I actually attain. I think it's an important measure. Number one, it'll keep me honest of my actual progress, because I don't feel like I did a great job in December, but I did actually almost hit my quota of 40 words for 4 weeks. So, it wasn't that bad. And I did also take 4 classes. So I feel like I'm looking back, I don't feel like it was good, but then my metrics say I did pretty much on par with my goals. So what that's telling me is if I'm on par with my goals and I still don't feel the progress I want, maybe my goals are too low. Maybe I do need to increase them or make things more challenging for myself, but that I would only know that if I have good metrics. So I definitely want to measure things more not accurately but more consistently. And I also want to maybe deal with my resources better. So I already started this because I recorded this vlog already. But I have planned out better my resources and my days and my classes that I'm having with my teacher. So I've planned out exactly what I want to do in each class. I actually just took my first class for this month with my original teacher. Her name's Emily, by the way. She's great. Emily on italki. If you want to link to her profile, by the way, just drop a comment. I'll let you know. Yeah, so I planned out my classes with her a little bit more detailed. Basically, last class we went through one of the vocab resources for dental vocabulary. I think that's pretty much what we did in that class because that's what she was prepared to do. But I told her what I wanted to do my next class, which was go over one of the poems and go over 2 recordings. So I recorded myself speaking about it on a topic. The first one was really shaky, really was not that great at all. And I was really struggling with one particular way of saying something. I was like, this does not sound right. I'm going to have to figure out how to say this right. So I'm hoping she can help me figure out the more correct way to say that. And then the second one, way better. I felt much more comfortable. I was able to explain everything I wanted to say. I only had like 1 or 2 words I didn't know how to say, but I was pretty much, clear on the point of my speech, my talk. And I went for a whole 5 minutes. So I was really happy for that. So I definitely have that more on on lock, which is like exactly what I want to do in my classes and in the week. I think I did much better this past week with my studies in Chinese. It's going to get a little bit more tricky now that school's starting. My school I'm doing software engineering masters, which I mentioned in my last video as well. It's starting up this week, Tuesday. Today is currently Sunday, the 8th of January. You will be seeing this probably a week later. My classes will be starting officially on the 11th. I already did my first week worth of work and I'm on the second week. And it's kicking my butt. We haven't even started doing anything. You know what I'm trying to do? Let me just tell you. I'm trying to install the freaking IDE. That's all I'm doing. And I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. This is stupid. This is so crazy. I can't even start. Anyways, I'm just gonna wait till we get to that actual week and I can ask him questions like, so what am I doing wrong? Why can't I see this? Why can't this thing work? I've always had trouble with this IDE though, because I've used this IDE with another course I was doing on Coursera before, and it always gave me trouble. I could never figure out what was wrong. At first I installed it to a different drive. I don't know why I'm going off on this tangent. At first I installed it on a different drive. I was like, okay, maybe that's the problem, and that was kind of the problem. That was a problem because the projects folder was not connected. And then I tried it again, did the same stupid mistake. And no, the mistake was I started a new file instead of a new project. I was like, okay, start over. I deleted everything. Let me make a new project. And it was better. We were getting closer, but now I still can't launch the program. It still won't do a stupid hello world. I'm so mad. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Anyways, tangent over. That's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about there. I mean, there are a couple little things I left out this time around. I don't really feel like they're necessary. I don't know. Maybe it'll become more necessary next time. I'll bring it up when it's more pertinent. I don't know. But this time, this is pretty much the video. If you watched this far through my software engineering rant, thank you for sticking around. I appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed this video and my last video. If you haven't watched it, please check it out. It's called my Chinese start. And it explains a little bit more detail what this video is about. It's my Chinese journey for 3 months, and I'm going to be filming a vlog each month to update you on my progress and anything interesting that has happened along the way. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope to see you next time. Be sure to leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Are you learning any languages? If so, are you trying like a 3-month challenge with me or any other challenge? There are plenty of language learning challenges out there. What kind of activities are you doing to help you move forward in your progress? I'd love to hear from you. And don't forget, please hit the like button and hit subscribe. Join me on my journey, and you can follow me. I make lots of shorts on all the languages I'm learning, most of the languages I'm learning. If you're interested in anything like that, be sure to check it out. I have an Instagram and I have a TikTok as well if you just want those shorts. But otherwise, have a lovely rest of your day, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I'll see you next time. Bye. So there are a couple of things I left out. I just got a pop-up from Dr. Mike. TikTok controversy. His TikTok controversy response. What the heck? Sorry, let's get back on track here. Let me go back. What was I talking about?